This video of a Nintendo Switch 2 exploit has gone massively viral because it's only been a day and it's already over for the Nintendo Switch 2, right? No, this actually means nothing for hacking the Nintendo Switch 2, and it's nothing to worry about. We can actually go and see what this really means. So it's a userland ROP exploit. Unless they take it another stage, it's just that. And it's not even like, oh, but it shows they're in. They can take it another stage, right? No, it doesn't even mean that. So we have an actual explanation. ROP essentially means that he managed to hijack the control flow of the program he was running so that he could run pieces of other code already in memory. Basically running tiny pieces of the software Nintendo wrote in an order and a way that it didn't intend. It doesn't allow for arbitrary code. It can't yet, if ever, so it's just very likely it will never take control of the whole device. It could be an entry point to another attack, or not. So is it a good thing or a bad thing? It's neutral. It means nothing. In a nutshell, someone did a super duper simple hack for brownie points. It doesn't say anything about the potential for custom firmware. So that's how much of a nothing this is. Like, it's not even a slightly positive thing because we're on the first steps of cracking the Nintendo Switch 2. It's basically what the other guys said. You can compare it to someone editing a website and changing some text in real time via the built-in dev tools in your browser for meme purposes. It can do stuff to that browser, or userland in this context, but you can't do other stuff for manipulation like a kernel exploit unless they take it further and found a deeper exploit. But that's not a guarantee. It's not more likely because they found this. Other things people are doing with the Nintendo Switch 2, they're using the web browser by connecting to a different DNS so they can play Slither.io. Also, someone got a Nintendo Switch 2 with factory firmware on it, which means, like, look at that. It looks like a hacking screen. It has weird numbers and text on it. We're in, boys. They accidentally shipped us a hackable console. Once someone gets their hands on it, it's GG. No, you can't do anything with it. It's just a test. It's also completely separated, so there's not going to be an extra loophole for hacking possibilities on it. And then stating these facts causes people to just be toxic and stupid. Aged like milk, how'd so? A non-hack. The replies are crazy. I too speak with absolute authority over things I'm uninformed about, as they are telling someone else they're wrong because they think they have the absolute authority. Even though influencers these days are just uninformed engagement farmers, they're still a step above the moron nobodies that are just going to reply because they need their confirmation bias. This means the Switch is going to be hacked, this gets into the right hands, piracy wins, yeah, it's the moral thing to do against Nintendo, and then just like the doubt from, oh, this thing you can't do anything with it. Source? Oh, we can find the source actually. Switch 2 factory firmware spotted in the wild. So, earlier today, user AJ on GBA Temp Discord posted an unfortunate image of a brand new Switch 2. Instead of a new library of games, all they were able to try out is a short list of tests intended for quality assurance at the factory. A short list of JSON files. See, people see like JSON and file. That's like CFW, right? That's just the thing. It's all hacker stuff and files that we're not supposed to have. These tests appear to cover aging, charging the battery, rebooting, and shutting down the system. Though a remarkably interesting thing to have on paper, this mix-up at the factory does unfortunately leave them with a system that they can't do anything with. Thanks to AJ for posting about it and selling it to me. I hope the next system is a functional one. User has refunded me and blocked me on Discord. I assume they got a better offer somewhere, so we can only hope the person who ends up with it is happy to share details. And then, highly doubt this will lead to anything since we can't really dump it right now. Even more so since all it seems to be able to do is read JSON files, which can't do anything. All you can do is aging tests on loop, and anything you can write for it will only work with any Switch 2 that also seems to be in the same situation as this unit here. People are making speculations though, like, wait, but what if you get it into reading something disguised as a JSON file? Then that means it's hacked. I doubt, as if you want to run code on a format that isn't JSON, you have to actively convert it, which can be a bit of a problem because JSON code only has 6 usable data types you can write with, so you can't do anything with JSON files, and if you try to trick something into reading a JSON file that isn't, it's just going to fail. This is just quality assurance firmware, not sure why people are hyped about it. Just thinking this, just because they have debug options doesn't mean an emulator is going to come out in a month or two. Dev units are obviously going to leak some things, but it's still going to be a while before you can get anything out of the Nintendo Switch 2. And then they talk about the other exploit, I guess to use a DNS to redirect like they did with Switchbrew, and then found a ROP exploit in the WebKit. So yeah, it all comes together where people are just doing like simple things that look impressive, but it means nothing for the Nintendo Switch 2. However, you know you're going to go viral, so then you get all the points. So yeah, none of this means anything for hacking on Nintendo Switch 2, and anyone that's trying to like make more of this than it is actually just an idiot and evil because they want to pirate their Switch games. It's morally and ethically correct to pirate Nintendo games, and this is getting a crazy amount of support. And then again, if you're just like, this doesn't do anything, there's a simple exploit that could be achieved somehow, and it doesn't enable any hacking whatsoever, and doesn't mean that hacking will be enabled, and then you just get called an idiot and you get attacked for it. No other company deserves it more than Nintendo, and this is the evil that I'm talking about. It's just all hate. And it's all just like completely unfounded hate. And it even draws parallels to like the cheating problem in Pokemon, that people just keep on going, well, if Game Freak made it easier to get Pokemon legit, I wouldn't cheat. And then Game Freak makes it like 50 times easier, and then everyone's cheating just as much, if not more. It doesn't matter how much the Nintendo Switch 2 games cost. It doesn't matter how powerful the Nintendo Switch 2 console is for how much money it costs. People are always going to hack and pirate the exact same amount because they're evil. They're worthless. They are a net negative to society because they can only extract value and provide nothing in return. Hey, look at that. We got someone that perfectly captures this. Entitlement syndrome. People feel their hatred of Nintendo justifies them stealing. Unlike the rest of us who lead responsible lives and pay for our own things, they feel like they deserve to get free things because of some perceived injustice. They do mental gymnastics to steal. Exactly. It's not morally or ethically correct to steal, especially with someone else's IP. It's also the same for like trying to hack it or be like so horny to have a hacked Nintendo Switch 2. And it's not about game preservation or being able to back up your games when Nintendo won't. 99.99% of it is piracy or cheating or malicious behavior. Nintendo didn't start the trend of $80 games. That was already happening, and Nintendo is the first next generation console. Everyone else is going to have $80 games. It's going to be no different. And the value of the Nintendo Switch 2 for what it provides and the power that it has is great. The Nintendo Switch 2 and its games ecosystem is as fair as it gets, but all of these entitled losers that have been completely broken by being terminally online, they just live for hate and evil, and they can't even get a single thing correct about the Nintendo Switch 2 if their life depended on it. The physical copies of the games are not more expensive. It's not $90 if you want to own your game, it's $80, like anything else. You also own the game key cards and you can use them offline. It's effectively just like a physical download off the eShop. Instead of having like a download code or paying money on the eShop, it just goes in the cart and then it's like having a physical cart. Virtual carts are better because you can't lose them, and they're also automatically returned, so I don't have to see my friend again if I want to get it back. Somehow, all of these things have been twisted into being bad because of just worthless NPCs, and then we also have just more observation. People really don't understand what a userland exploit is, huh? It can only run software. Unless they find a way to break the sandbox, it's a minor exploit that doesn't allow hacking of the Switch. But mayhaps, alright, this is a cringe loser, people are just happy to see the first step towards sailing the pirate seas. It's not even a first step. So that's what I mean, like, it's not, we haven't made any accomplishment. Most likely scenario is it's a neat little exploit without any practical use, and the most that could maybe possibly happen is an emulator. But it really just kind of reveals how many worthless people are just skulking around on the internet looking for piracy these days. That's the more upsetting part. Seeing how excited people are for the Nintendo Switch 2 getting hacked, even though there is objectively zero good outcomes from the Nintendo Switch 2 getting hacked. But as it is right now, this is not a problem. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.